Hi, welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome and thank you. And for everybody, if you could consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification button to be notified every time I upload a video. Okay, so today we're actually going to be reviewing some Colourpop products here. I got a new palette. It's the That's Taupe palette, and it looks like this. Very cool toned colors here. So, all right, well, let's get into it. Let's try this again. All right, I think I'm a little bit more organized this time, and I think I know most of the shades, so I don't have to sit there, you know. Yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so today we're going to start again with the eyes. I usually always do. Let's hope my hair cooperates today, so it won't be like last time. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go into first priming my eyelids, and I'm going to be using actually the Colourpop. And this is actually like a cream shadow, but a lot of people are using it as, it's like the MAC pot paint. And it's the shade Bronco. So let's try that. I've used it in the past, and it's creamy. It's a creamy formula. But again, my eyes are mature, and my eyelids are dry, and I can't for the life of me understand why. But they are, so it can look a little to me like drying, but once you get the shadows and stuff like that, it does you know, soak in a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to be going into the palette, and I'm going to go in with my Luna brush here, and I'm going to start with this shade here, and that's right here. It's like a brownish shade, and again, I'm going to dip both sides of my brush to get it nice and covered here, and I'm just going to go in and start in the crease. And again, because this shadow is a bit, or the primer is a bit tacky, very tacky for me, I'm going in, actually, believe it or not, with a very light hand, and I'm just going in circular motions at this point, and until I get product down on it so it doesn't grab and just stick in one spot. So hopefully today the colors are going to be a little bit more true. My husband he put up new lighting in here, and I added a nail light. It's what I use when I do my nails and my sisters and mothers, and if you would like to see a video on that, please put in the comments below. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this shade here, and this is like a mauve-y. On the palette, that's how it looks, but we'll see what it comes out here. And I'm just going to, again, start in the corner here and work a little bit into there. And I'm coming quite over, you know, to the corner of my eye as well. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think with this palette, I want to, or the shade. So I'm going to dip back in. Okay. So yeah, again, on the nails, yep, I would love to do a video on that if you're interested. And so, yeah, what's everybody watching nowadays? I know this world right now, it's a little crazy. What are you guys watching? I would love to get some ideas of what to watch, because, yeah, I had a little bit of a situation there. My phone fell. Anyway, so, yeah, what is everybody watching? I'm going to go into this shade here. And, yeah, my husband and I just finished Lucifer. It was so far, I think it's 5 seasons, but each season is very long. Some of them have like over 20 episodes, and yeah, it was long, but I actually really liked it. At first I just was a little skeptical of watching anything with the devil or whatever, you know, it makes you nervous. But it actually was really good. It was actually about a story of redemption for the devil, you know, but it's comical. It has parts where I laughed my butt off. There's parts that I cried. It was just a really good series, and thank God it's coming back in February for season 5, part 2. So I'll definitely be tuning into that. So if you're looking for a good series on Netflix just to get us through all this, it's a really good series. So I'm just interested to see what you guys are watching. Yeah, get on the Lucifer. It was actually just really, again, just a good series. Actually, by the way, it is a love story. And yeah, so it's a love story. And actually, the interesting part about the guy who plays Lucifer, I checked into him. Don't even ask me his name. I don't know. You can probably find him on IMDb or something. I'm horrible with the names. Ask anybody. I am just absolutely horrible. Anyway, I checked into him a little bit. I'm actually going to, what I'm going to do now is, I'll go back to the Lucifer, is I'm going to mix these 2 shades and just go right here just to add a little more blending. Just to blend that out just a touch. I hope this is coming out okay on the phone here, the colors. So yeah, I checked up, you know, of course I go snooping and stalking and all that good stuff, and checked into him. And the interesting part about him, I checked into him, you know, his personal life, and the really interesting thing about it is his family is very religious, and he's, you know, religious. And I guess his father is I'm going in with a clean brush here and just kind of smoothing and blending everything out. They're religious, and I guess his dad and his uncle are both preachers, and they were actually quite happy that he got this role. Of course, I would be too if anyone in my family got a role in anything, you know. But yeah, so I found that quite interesting. I'm going to go into this shimmer shade right here. And let's just see what that's made of here. Oh, it comes out, using my ring finger. I hope it comes out here. It's coming out with like, almost like a, I don't know, it's like a silver with maybe a green shift in it. And I'm just going to try to put it like in the center here. It's pretty. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So yeah, again on that, I found that quite interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this later shade here, and I'm actually going to use a brush to just get, okay, so here's another trick. When I put that on, there was hardly any color payoff. So I'm going to try doing this. You can take a setting spray or just wet your brush with something and spray the brush here. And then go back into that color, that shimmer shade, this one here. And like I said, it just didn't pick up much on my brush. And when you wet it, it just gives you a little better color payoff. That's another little tip there. Or you can always use your finger. The finger always does give you the best, I think, color payoff. But I didn't want to go too crazy there in the corner. So this is what it's looking like. Hopefully that's coming up nicely on the phone there. Okay, so I think that's where I'm going to stop today on the top part of my eyes. But today I'm going to use, it's called Haley. It's Haley's Beauty. They just sell it on their website. I have not seen this product in a store as of now. But they do have good products. Unfortunately, for me, their foundation did not work for me. I don't know. It it came off really, not cakey, powdery, I guess, is the only word I can describe. Chalky. That's what it did. It just looked chalky. And is anybody else getting, what are they calling it? Mask acne? Yeah, all of a sudden I got a pimple. I mean, I'm almost 50 years old and I'm getting pimples. Who knows? Okay, so now I'm going to go into, this is hard candy. You can find this only, I believe, at this point, Walmart, and it's a hydrating primer. I love it. They say it is a dupe for the milk primer, which is, I guess, really good. Some people like it even better. So it even looks like the milk primer, and it has a tackiness to it, which is really good for foundations. It makes it adhere to your face better. Yeah, so I do enjoy that, and it's a nice primer. I mean, for me, it works really well. My makeup does, I feel, last a lot longer. Also today we're going to be using the Colourpop foundation. Yeah, hydrating foundation. And this is the color, I told you I looked up these names, obviously. It's Light 40N. Look from my foundation brush. I love e.l.f. It's the ultimate blending foundation brush. I really do like that. So yeah, I don't want to waste anything, so here we go again, you know. I find starting with a very light layer of foundation is working best for me. It's kind of like when I do my nails, you know. You go in with that light layer, put it under the light, set it, and then you put on the second layer if you know needed, which is always for nails, but same I think as applying for foundation. Again, I'm spraying my brush. Okay, now I'm going back with a sponge. I always do that. I just feel like it, and I'm dipping into the foundation, picking up some product here. And I just feel like it does. It kind of smooths everything down. Even though that brush is wonderful, I could probably, you know, get away with it, walk out the door, and it would set down nicely. It's just a habit. It's just, I feel like your foundation does look a little bit more airbrushed when you go back in with a sponge. It just makes it sit down better. And also with putting on, if you do have a more oily T-zone or nose or wherever it's at, like I always try to go in around my nose last with less product. So because if I go in there full throttle with a lot of product on there, yeah, it does not look good. And I do push quite hard in some areas, just to make it lay a little nicer. You'll see that if you go in and just push it really into your skin, it does look 10 times better. So just try that trick as well. Yeah, so it looks good, and this is the Colourpop foundation. So I like this foundation. It's not a full coverage, it's about medium. I could probably build it up to full. It's, like I said, it's a medium. I still have that blemish showing through, but most of it, I still see my freckles. But it's natural, it's dewy, it's pretty. Is the Colourpop. This is also their hydraulic, creamy foundation. And this is in the Light 40N, I believe. I did get another concealer not too long ago that I do enjoy as well, and I will show you that on a video, I'm sure, at some point, and review that for you. Another tip too, if you feel like the concealer's looking maybe a little bit too much, you know, you can always go back, and the warmth of your fingers will make a difference. It'll make it sink in. Okay, so the all that's done. Now I'm going to go in with underneath my eyes with a number 7. This is a very finely milled pressed powder. I just go in with a very light layer here. Otherwise it will accentuate all that goodness down there. Okay. Pearl, clean, fresh, and this is in the shade Fair. And I'm just going to go around my T-zone with this. And it does, you know, I like this powder. So I just put it in the T-zone. Yeah. And then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in medium. And this is, yeah, I love this powder. It just adds that luminosity. Yeah, it adds like a natural glow to your skin. I mean, it's not like full of glitter or anything like that. So that is good. Whoa, hey. Oh my goodness. Went a little overboard there. Jeez. Holy smokes. Right, all my hair all over everywhere. Oh well, that's what it is. Oh yeah, I mean, I've been enjoying doing this, you know. Again, it is my nice therapy. I love makeup, and so yeah, this is, I think, just right up my alley to keep my head occupied. All right, now I'm actually going to go in. It's called, this bronzer is Rimmel Natural Bronzer. And this is a very nice bronzer too, especially like in the summertime. It's waterproof. I mean, it's, you know, when you put it on, it stays pretty good, even through sweating and all that fun stuff in the winter or summer. And again, I'm just going to go in kind of heavy where I am trying, excuse me, I'm trying to sink in my little fat cheeks. Okay, so yeah, I use contour too to do that. But that's when I'm just, you know, going to go somewhere and, you know, yeah. When I'm going to go somewhere other than, you know, lunch or the grocery store or something. And actually, sometimes I didn't do this in the last video. I put a little bit under my lip. And I'm just squeezing the brush. You can use like a separate brush. I do sometimes more like a flat brush here. And just put it on and outline the lower lip. And this will create a illusion of a more full lip. Also, you can contour your nose a little bit. Again, you know, contour shades are probably better. Contouring, I think they're shading. That's hard to find because a lot of times it comes, you know, got to be real careful with contour shades. It can come out to orange. It can come out like gray. I mean, it's supposed to have gray cast, you know, some kind of gray cast because that's what creates that major shadow. But boy, you got to be careful with some shades because I put on some stuff that looked like I had mud literally on my face. It was, I mean, you just got to be careful, you know. Oh, I thought my camera turned off. I'm like, don't even tell me. I've been doing this whole time without my camera techniques. Maybe, I don't know. I don't, you know, I'm not going to sit there and waste your guys' time me trying to see. You won't even believe this, though. I did purchase on Amazon, and so it should be coming. One of those things. I'm not kidding you, because I'm going to use it. I'm not even, well, you'll see I'm not kidding, because I'm going to use it if I have to, because taking my glasses on and off while I'm trying to do makeup is ridiculous. So yeah, I'm just adding color into my face here, and I'm going to bring it down my neck. And just to add a little color back in my life. A little color. Okay, so now I'm using the BH Cosmetic Vanilla palette. Gosh, these are just so cute and beautiful. They smell good. I absolutely love these. And they're not expensive. I'm going to put everything that I use in the description box down there. And if you don't know how to use YouTube, I know in the beginning I had no idea what that was. But right next to where I'm stating what this is called, like the title, there's like a little tiny arrow that if you click on it, a drop down will come down and all the products I use is listed there and with links. So all you would have to do is click on it and find where they sell it. I mean, it's just options. I hope one day I'll become a little bit more known, because then I get more things for you guys, you know, where you can purchase things. I'll get it's called codes, you know, like coupons. So, and that just helps out everybody, you know, so, which is nice. I'm going to go in and just go around the edges here. It just softens a little bit. You know, with the right, this is, you know, the clean part of the sponge. And sometimes if you over apply, you can go in where you have a little bit of foundation and that just kind of even things out. Okay. And then today I'm going to actually try this. This is new. It's e.l.f. It's their highlighting palette. And there's quite a few options here. This one's quite glittery, so I don't think I'll be using that. And again, I'm going to go in with my, here it is, my little highlighting brush through Wet n Wild. And I'm going to use the shade, oops, the middle shade here. I like these two shades. Well, actually, these three would probably be good for my skin tone. So I'm just going to go in. Again, we're just going to hit, oh my. Wow, that's brightening. Where natural light would hit you. So, wowee. I mean, if you want highlighter, well, I'm saying that. I mean, most people, most girls, you know, the younger ones, I'd be like, this isn't blinding enough, you know. They like to see it from Mars, you know, but for me, it's bright because like I told you last video, I'm going to put a little bit of the highlighter up in here and right close to my brow, just to add a little bit of boom, you know. I don't know what, I can never find the right words. And I'm also going in my inner corner just to lighten that area up. And yeah, it just looks, I always feel like anything, you know, with brightening here, it looks really pretty. So yeah, we're done with eyeliner. Oh, we're moving along pretty good today. Okay, so now I'm going to do my eyebrows. And I just do these off camera, and I'll come back when those are on, because that's just boring. Okay, so yep, I'm back. I just did my brows off camera. And again, I'm just using, I usually use the same thing for my brows all the time because it works. It's the e.l.f. Espresso, and that's just a putty pomade. And the Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow, and this is in black brown. So yeah, that's what I use just there. So it looks, oh, I gotta go back. Oh my goodness. I gotta go back to my Taupe palette from Colourpop here. And because we got to do the under, oh my gosh, I'm missing a lot of stuff here. Okay, I went out of order. I got to put on my eyeliner. Okay, so now we're going to go back into the Taupe palette. And I'm going to use on the lower, you know, start, you know, under the lower lashes, I guess. And I'm going to use the very first shade we used earlier. And I'm going to put that under there. And I tap on too, again, if you just spray your brushes a little bit, just get them a little bit wet. you get a better color payoff. And oh yeah, so we're just creating that little, just, you know, just to kind of bring everything together. I rarely wear eyeliner under my eyes. I used to back in the 80s and 90s, back in the day. I would use the eyeliner. But yeah, I rarely do anymore. I just use the shadows. So I'm actually mixing just these two here. And I'm going to, whoa, I put way too much there. Okay, so if you ever do that, you can just go in and take a clean brush and just kind of wipe that away. Holy Moses. I don't know how I got that much on there. And then again, I just kind of bring it up the side here, just kind of add everything together. And I'm going to just spray this brush too, because as you've seen, a lot of product went flying everywhere. And it's not the product or the palette itself. It's not like, you know, they're just too loose. It just, I grabbed way too much product than I should have. Okay, I'm wiping my brush clean. And I'm going to go in with that glittery shade. And just add just a touch there. If you hear a dog, that is my mother's dog. Her name is Zoila. Maybe one day she'll make her debut on here. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I'm just going to use the matte setting spray by e.l.f. Woo! That comes out. That bee. Kind of, you know what I mean? So the sprayer on here is not the best, but I've used it before and it works good, you know. I'm using the Essence, and this is the Lash Princess as well, but this one is the Falsy. The other day I used the Volume, so I will just put this on and okay, so I got that on. And for the lower lashes, I'm actually going to use a different one. It's also by Essence, but it's a waterproof. And it's just a much smaller brush. If you see, I got some mascara up here. So the best tip on that, don't touch it until it dries completely. Otherwise, it just smears. So this one's called Amazing in Essence. And it's like a nudie pink. And I think with cool tone, I almost knocked my camera over. I think with cool tone colors, see, look at that. I just got mascara there. You should probably use like a more pink shade. I mean, you could definitely use a nude too. But so yeah, this is super pretty. And then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline gloss. I believe this is in Silk, yeah. And I'm just going to put a little bit here just to add a little shine. Okay, so now that this mascara has dried, hopefully, it should just, yeah, it just kind of flakes right off. I don't think that one was yet dry enough, but oh well. We need to move on. Okay, so we are done for today. Okay, so this is the look today. I'm actually going to meet my son and his fiance for breakfast. I'm late. I hope they're not going to kill me, but again, this is the final look. It's a very pretty palette. I really love it. I love Colourpop anyway. So yeah, again, this is the final look. I think it's very, again, I will definitely be using this palette again. Okay, thank you so much for joining me again. I totally appreciate it. Again, please hit the subscribe button, the notification button, and also again, what I was explaining earlier, by the title, there's this tiny little arrow. Click on that, and there'll be all the products that I use today. So you have an idea of what to use. I'll have the shades, everything on there for you. So it's just easier. All right, you guys, have a great day. Stay safe, and I will see you next time. Bye.